Well, it's been a minute since I've done a collection video. It's not comics, it's not video games. Going to be doing something a little bit differently. Going to be doing board games, except I have to split this up into two parts, mainly because board games really aren't just the actual board themselves. They can also be card games too. So for the sake of fairness, I've really kind of split the list. So this will be part one of two. And this will focus more on the card aspect of board games, meaning they're meant to be enjoyed like board games, but they're primarily it's over 75 to 90% of it are just the cards themselves. So out of fairness, I figure we talk about these first because these are a lot of fun. And then the next video we get to will be the actual board game themselves. So sometime next month will be the follow-up to this. If you like board games and I don't happen to have any, let me know down in the comments below what I should be looking out for. As far as games I'm looking out for, I'm looking to buy Ticket to Ride, although I don't really know much about it. Same thing with King of Tokyo, that I do know about, and it looks like it's a lot of fun. And the other one I'm looking at possibly getting, it's another version of Catan, except it's like a special. Oh, there's technically two kinds. It's the Seafarer, and then there's the Barbarian edition. And I just found out they released a Game of Thrones edition, which I have no intention of getting because it's like a $70 game. Oh, and then there's Explorers of Ixalan from Magic the people who did Magic the Gathering. They made a board game based around that. That looks like it's a lot of fun too. So let's just jump right into it. Card games, board games. Simple enough. Let's do Cards Against Humanity. Hopefully that's comes in right and flipped properly. But yes, this is the third expansion. I actually got this at my last jobs. People left this in their room, and after a certain amount of time goes by and it's not claimed, I can get it. So I got this, and I also bought the Mass Effect theme pack. They were running a promotion about a year ago where you could buy the pack for $1. So I also got the theme pack too, which is pretty funny. Moving on, what do we got? We got Monopoly Deal. I'm not as familiar with this one, although it's Monopoly in card form. It's pretty much just a way to play Monopoly in like under 20 minutes. It's actually a lot of fun. I play it sometimes, or I watch my wife play it, I should say, on the PS4 and one of the board game bundle packs, so that's pretty fun. A classic game, gotta have Uno. I've seen so many different variations of this game. I don't know if it's on console, but the newest PC version has a lot of random miscellaneous cards. Like everybody's cards get pulled up into one lot, and everyone gets redistribution about the same amount of cards. So it definitely makes for a lot more of an enjoyable game. I got Phase 10 Masters. How this works is that you are in a race to complete phases, and the phases start from getting 4 of a kind to getting a run of 4 to getting 2 4 of a kind, and it just keeps building and building up, and the first person to phase out, which means completing all 10 phases first, wins the game. Again, a lot of fun, really, really good time if you can get up to about 4 people because it makes it super competitive. Boss Monster, the dungeon building card game. Now this is really cool. You are the boss. You're the boss of a dungeon. You use cards to craft your own dungeon, and it's your job to make it as difficult and challenging for other people to traverse your dungeon. I've yet to play this game. I have seen gameplay of it online. It's a lot of fun. I highly recommend it. I think at Target it goes for $25. This I got at a garage sale only because it looked cool. It's a resource trading game from Parker Brothers called Pits. I think I paid 25 cents for this, and I just got it for the novelty that it's super old. Oh my god, and this bell in here is like ancient of days. Oh my god, look at this. Oh, and it actually works. It still works cool. But yeah, it's a resource trading game. That's really all it is. It uses a bell and cards. That's it. Let's get into the trivia boxes, because those are pretty cool. My mother usually gives me one of these every year for Christmas, and I get them because they're fun and they're a cool way to kill some time if you have friends over. We love the 90s trivia box. And then the year before, she got me Family Feud Marvel Edition, which I'm at a huge disadvantage of because I know less about Marvel than I do about DC, except for a few key storylines. I forgot. I think this was a Christmas gift, but we got Doctor Who Trivial Pursuit. Ton of fun, but if it's early Doctor Who, I'm screwed. I know very little about that. Let's see what else we got here. We got the game of Rago. The fastest way I can explain this, you get this red card holder that holds, I believe, up to 10 cards, and you get dealt 10 random cards at the beginning of the game, and you lay them down in the order in which you get them. The whole point is to have the cards go from lowest to highest in increasing value, and the first person who can do that wins. I think in the years that I've played this, only one person has won right off the draw at the start of the game. But how it usually goes is each turn I can either draw a card or you can pick up from the discard pile. That's usually how it goes. It goes upwards. It's like 30 minutes a game, so it's a really good fast alternative. I'm just stacking them right here. This one I'm going to be put back on the chair. It's the Game of Things. And how this works is what would you say? You write down your response. You can write anything that comes to mind to be as provocative as you want. Read all the responses out loud, then try to figure out who said what. So it's a really fun way to see what your friends would try to say. It's also a good way to try and mess with people. There's different variations to play this. Another one is based on the card game metagame, where you would basically just pick the best answer. So there's different ways to play that. We got Sketchy, which is very similar to Pictionary. Rules are everybody quickly draws crazy doodles from a category, like things that are plugged in. You'll practically go berserk trying to read your partner's mind and draw simultaneously. When your time is up, you and your partner check to see if your drawings match. When you see the ridiculous pictures, you'll see there's nothing sketchy about how fun it is to play Sketchy. So it's a partner game. Plays a lot like Pictionary. Kind of like the Mindscape series, which I'm actually looking for a brand new, if not a completely clean version. This is Sherlock Holmes puzzle case. Found this at Goodwill for $2. It's one of those what would you do type games. And yeah, pretty much it's whoever can solve the most puzzles in a certain amount of time wins. According to this, there's like many levels of how to play. So you set the bar. Whoever can solve the most riddles the fastest, that's usually how you determine who wins. We got two left. We got Where in the World is Carmen Sandiego, which is a super fun game. You draw cards, and each card is either a clue or a character or something like that. Everybody is gifted these special top secret pamphlets. You use special dry erase markers to check off where Carmen isn't, the loot, any additional notes. It's the luck of the draw, and then there's... I love that. So it's a really fun game. And the last one is Oregon Trail, a card game based solely on chance. It all comes down to what you draw, because you could end up getting a path that stops, and the game could stall for at least 20 minutes at a time. Super fun. I recommend it if you can find it cheap. This and Carmen Sandiego are both at Target. I got these both for $7.50 a piece when they were on sale. So always check out their Monday sales at Target, because they're always selling crap like that. So that's going to do it for part one. Part two, I promise, will actually involve more games that are reliant on the board themselves. Let me know what you thought in this one for part one. This is just, I would say, 40%, 30 to 40% of all the games I have. The rest are sitting on that shelf over there. So when you come back for part 2, we'll have a lot of stuff to go over. Let me know what you think in the comments below, and I'll see you at part 2.